With Mike Winter's Fun Fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
True statement. I had a debate a couple years ago with a youngin', and I said, look up the Yellow Pages, and he literally looked at me like I was talking Chinese. I was like, wow. But anyway. Good morning. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, Andrea Moore with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce is back with us. And then with her guests, Mark and Maria Bleth. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I've seen you guys. How's life treating you? Sounds like y'all been busy.
We've been busy. We've taken on a project.
I'm about to say they just said, yeah, we're just going to start a whole business up thing and do all that. So
and keep the other ones going at the same time.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, juggle the other 12 balls we got going up in the air right now too. But
that's life.
It is. First off, Andrea, how are you doing? How's life at the chamber this morning?
We're doing great. We've got a business after hours next Thursday, not this week, next week.
Okay.
With
this week's probably a bad week with fair and everything else going on. Yeah,
we kept the calendar open on purpose because it is Fair Week.
People are committed to many things right now.
And I'm glad that you stated it earlier this morning that today is Senior Day.
Today is the day.
So seniors get in free. And this year, there's going to be a trolley to shuttle the people from the parking lot over to the Arts and Crafts building because they did realize, it's kind of a walk. Even in the handicap area, it is kind of a walk. So to help everybody maneuver a little bit better, be looking out for that trolley.
Yeah, take advantage of it and utilize it. They have it all the time, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, what if you're just lazy? Can I have that?
Exactly. And they've also paved some of the walkways, so it's not as dirty and dusty as it has been in years past.
Gotcha.
So let's see what happens if and when it rains out at the fair this week.
Yeah, give the fair board a few years before they build a monorail or something like that around.
That'd be nice.
Absolutely. But yes, Senior Day is today at the fair.
Yes.
I believe 3 o'clock is when they're open the gates, letting seniors
they get to go in early.
Seniors only.
Correct.
Letting them in at 3 o'clock, and then they'll let everybody else in, I believe, at 4. When the rest of the fair starts doing its thing. But so seniors, what the move is come in at 3, get in for free, do the senior activities and things they've got planned for that event. And then when the rest of the thing opens up, you're already in for free. So now you can go and do everything else you want for free after 4 when the commercial building opens up and the rides and all the rest of the fair kind of opens up there. But you get in free and you get in first dibs and then take advantage of that trolley and make fun of people that can't use it because
there you go.
You earned it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like I said, we have our business after hours with Rubio. She's going to kill me. Rosie Rubio. Sorry, I'm a little slow this morning. And so she's opened up a new business after she has finished her stint over at Tabosa.
Okay.
So this is her grand opening and celebration for Rosie's new business on Thursday next week from 5 to 6:30. So, and it'll be at the chamber.
Okay.
So it makes it very easy. Everybody come to the chamber, 131 West 2nd.
Okay.
We'll have all kinds of goodies.
So is her new business kind of home-based right now? Or
right now it is.
Internet-based?
Because she doesn't have a location. So
gotcha.
come and celebrate Rosie.
Get the business. Well, this is the new world. You can get the business first before you even think about a brick and mortar, and depending on what your business is. And
we kind of needed it for ours.
Yeah, what you guys are doing is a little bit different.
And then, of course, now that leads us into Mark and Maria. They are brand new members over at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. They signed up last night.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to them all of the different benefits we had and said I was going to be on the radio today. And he goes, do you mind if I come on? And I was like, I love Friends. Come on, let's go. And we'll highlight
Never
your
miss an
business.
opportunity.
There you go. Absolutely. That's how.
That's capitalism.
That's
Absolutely.
If you're a business owner and then you're not doing that, then you're probably doing a disservice to your business. So I mean, that's kind of they always like I got to tell you two guys, but people start a business with some of them have that mindset like, now I'm my own boss, I set my own terms, and I'm like, right.
Everyone's our boss that comes through the front door.
If you want
Yes.
a successful business, don't have that mindset. But if you don't want, if you just want a business, sure, go buy that if you want. But
Why not? Yeah.
so I guess tell us about your latest venture.
Sure.
What's
Well, it's not a secret. You know, people know that we've been working on this. We bought the former Clary Sage. So
bed and breakfast.
Bed and
and
breakfast.
breakfast.
It was beautiful home.
Historic.
Historic,
It's
1914.
in the historic district. It's just
Oh, yeah.
Right.
it's a beautiful facility.
Yeah.
Super close and convenient to lots of things. So it's walkable to the downtown area. Great restaurants, museums that are all walking distance or bike ride away if somebody wants to do that. So it's been a project for the last few months. You know, getting it staged, and it's a little different than the previous iteration of it. We obviously with Maria's Mexican culture and her heritage, she's from Mexico City. So we've incorporated a lot of that because it's a hacienda. I mean, it's
Gotcha.
a big Spanish mission hacienda with great grounds to it. So we've kind of taken that and, you know, decorated accordingly and brought in things from Mexico. And Maria probably
Cool.
has one of the largest collections of Mexican dresses
cool.
here in the state.
So it's
that
kind of like
Proud
a
to show
getaway
it.
and a
Show
little
them.
overnight stay in a Mexican villa kind of
it's
feel
a-
to it.
Yeah.
It's a
absolutely.
cultural experience in
Cultural.
addition
Gotcha.
For
to
sure.
the rest of it.
Oh, very cool.
And we had a business lunch there that Andrea was part of for a bunch of developers. So we had, you know, room for 20 people to be all seated and plated lunch and business lunch. And then everyone came into the grand salon for a presentation.
Nice.
So we can do lots of different things. We have bookings for birthday parties, for weddings, bridal showers, and just a variety of different things.
So I'm kind of curious because I mean, you guys are busy people. Real estate, you got multiple business things, and when I have an image in my head of a couple running a bed and breakfast, you know, that's a lot of the couple running the bed and breakfast. You know, making sure the meals are cooked.
Yeah.
Is that? Are you guys doing that, or do you guys have help with that part? Because
Well,
I'm like, how are they doing it? And then, I got to be up to make breakfast. You know, how's all this working here?
Right now it's us. I mean, it's more of a, you know, putting our stamp on everything that we do. We want to make sure that we're into that. Over time, you know, those processes typically get handed off when you figure out the best way of doing things, and
Sure.
you have the cash flow going, and you can afford staff and all those type of things, just like any other business.
Sure.
You're kind of it for
Sure,
everything. You know,
sure.
when I owned the bus company, you know, I washed the buses, I drove the buses, I did tour guide work, I did everything.
Sure.
But over time, you know, those
You could
positions,
delegate and-
those positions got hired out and
So the
and then
plan
focus
is,
on-
we're doing it all now, but hopefully with the success of the business, we'll get some more people to come in and fill the voids, and so we can focus on other aspects of the business.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because there's
Right up.
more room for growth within the business. We have areas identified that will have pavilions built, and then off-site parking. You know, we have those large kind of areas where all the elm trees are at the site. So those are all kind of on their last leg. They've been around for a long time and aren't great trees, so those will probably go away up on the front area, and that'll get turned into cobblestone parking. So it's parking off Lee Street as
Gotcha.
opposed on Lee Street or on 4th.
Gotcha. Okay.
So lots of little improvements, and the property was left to us in great condition. Of course, there's just a lot of things to catch up on. You know, that beautiful...
Well, it's a beautiful property, but
band.
it's still an old property, and any old property, I don't care how well maintained it is, always requires a ton of maintenance. It's just
Yeah.
the nature of
just,
the beast.
Just keeping the grounds up and looking nice and getting them back
Yeah.
up to where they were.
I serve on the historical society board there, so we're very familiar with old houses and how to keep them maintained.
Yeah, constantly.
Yes. It's an endless game.
But the nice thing about this home, even though it looks like it still has the exact same charm and character it did as 1914,
Sure.
all the plumbing, all the electrical, all the bathrooms, everything's been maintained and upgraded.
Sure, to
over the years.
modern requirements and things like that. Back now that we have people that actually inspect these things and make sure, because back then that wasn't as big a issue.
No.
They were building back then.
Yeah, and it's always been in private hands over the years, from the original owners to the subsequent owners after them,
Sure.
they were home builders. The second owners were home builders here in town. So that's where the kitchen bump out happened most likely during that period. So it was all professionally done, and it ties into the house. If you didn't know that kitchen was bumped out, you were in the kitchen, and you probably didn't realize that was an add-on to the building.
No,
80 years ago.
it's
Gotcha.
beautiful, and the
It is a beautiful
event
facility.
that they had, the luncheon, was wonderful. You said about 20 of us were there. You wouldn't have known it was
It didn't
20
feel
people.
like you were 20 people
No,
cramped
you were
in
not
a- yeah,
cramped.
I
You
gotcha.
didn't feel like you had to keep to yourself. There was plenty of space
Sure.
to sit down and enjoy your lunch. And
Yeah.
then when we went into the salon, there was still plenty of room in there. It did not feel like there was
It's
20
spacious.
people. It felt like there was 5.
That Hacienda feel, that kind of palatial feel a
Yeah.
little bit to it. Yeah.
And it was a good social environment because the person that selected it wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to engage one another and have conversations and then have the presentation. Whereas in a hotel banquet room, you got noise outside of it, doors swinging, clanking, just
Sure.
people
Yeah.
coming in, coming out. So it's tough to kind of establish that rapport and
It's like
relationship.
getting like having the ability to do something big and formal, but make it feel intimate and family like. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. It tries
No,
to capture best of both
Feel like a
worlds.
home.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
exactly.
We have
Yeah.
a first birthday party there, December 3rd. So we have a 1-year-old having a birthday there. So it's having a party in the afternoon on the grounds and jumpers and whatnot. And then they're having a family dinner in the formal dining room that evening.
That's tough to pull off because you're like,
Wow.
because usually if you get into a place that's like fancy, nice, you're like, ooh, I don't want to touch nothing. I don't want to, but this place, you're like, no, it's got kind of that feel of, ooh, this is nice. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, let the 1-year-old roll around on the floor over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's kind of a cool, thing to achieve there. So that's pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like home.
I mean,
I mean, we
yes.
have lots of people that
Yeah.
that's kind of what they say. It's somewhat impressive, coming through and seeing it and
Sure.
seeing all the tiger wood, all the oak that's within the house. It's just, the way it's cut and milled is a very specific way and
Absolutely.
very expensive.
And
because-
that's just it. When you guys probably have to do any renovating, remodeling, it's not like you just say, I want to decide it's a historic landmark. Therefore,
Yeah.
it has to, the construction, the materials, all of that has to go through a gauntlet of approvals and things before any paint is slapped up on this thing or any of that kind of stuff. So it is another layer of complication that you guys have to deal with to make sure this facility is beautiful, but it's another layer of, it's not like a normal house.
well, and that's the draw.
Yeah.
People, can stay at a hotel or they can stay at a Airbnb, but this is part of the experience is to be kind of
Right, experience.
engulfed in
Experience
the
history.
culture.
Yeah. See things that are
Nice memories over there.
be part of things that are here long before you were, kind of thing. Or
Right.
most of us, anyway.
Yeah. I think all of us. It's at 108 years old.
So I got to ask, what drew you guys to wanting to do this? I know, and obviously real estate, with the main things you do, was it something like, look, this were you like selling and saw this property and said, we
Well-
love it? I mean, what was it that
well,
you
yeah,
said, this is what we want to do?
Well, we live on Lee already.
Okay.
So we've driven by that house for years and have, coveted it for quite a long time.
Sure.
And when it came on the market, we had only had our current residence for about 1.5 years. And, at the 2-year point, it becomes a tax-free transaction. So we weren't going to sell our residence until after that. And it's like, oh, this isn't going to work. It's 6 months difference, but it stayed on the market for a while. And then, we started the negotiations, and it was kind of a very unusual negotiation. The previous owner, Jan Lee and Rick, Rick had passed away during the middle of our negotiations. I had just talked to him the night before his car accident that he was in. So it was really an emotional time for us. And Jan Lee is just an amazing person, and we're happy to be able to take over the legacy of the Clary Sage. She put a lot love into that.
Yeah, that family
They
did
really
an
did.
amazing job with that facility, and I hopefully some people got a chance to stay there during its time. And
Oh yeah,
things like
yeah.
that.
She had a. You need look at the old reviews on Yelp or wherever.
I just
and
hope a lot of listeners had a
fantastic.
chance to experience it. It was a
Yeah,
very nice
yeah.
thing, and though that's gone, we've got just an equally maybe nicer experience. You know,
Well,
that's the goal.
the goal.
It's a different experience, you know, and because a lot of the experience is about the host and the
Yeah.
hostess when you're at a bed and breakfast, you know. So Maria is one of a kind, and if you spend any time with Maria, I always tell people to know Maria is to love Maria.
True story.
True story.
So, I mean, as far as the actual guest experience side, how much planning and stuff does go into that? Because, I mean, yeah, you have a facility and things, but once you're there, that's, the food, I mean, how much of that side, how much time are you in? Because to me, I don't, that's the part I'm like, "Look, that's great. I got a building here, but now I got to take care of people, make really good food and all. How do I do all that
Well,
stuff?
Well, it's
we have help with
yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have
okay.
maintenance help too that offloads a lot of that work.
But I didn't know if it was like, these are my recipes and this is my, I mean, is it going that far with some of the stuff? Or?
we try with
It's a creation in progress.
Gotcha.
yeah.
So it's something that we
You're kinda looking for
experiment
your
and do
signature.
together, and
Yeah.
and really it's we don't want to kind of
Personal
predefine a lot of things. We kind of want to leave it open ended and
Sure.
let the guests kind of determine their experience because
Sure.
they may just want to hang out in a quiet spot out on the patio.
Sure.
Or so we don't have a big cattle call to breakfast.
Sure, okay.
So it's more individualized and
Gotcha.
kind of understand what their needs, where they'd like to.
So do you guys have to, and this is my lack of bed and breakfast experience comes in here is, so do you have to offer like a menu for breakfast, or is like no breakfast like at home, is
Breakfast.
eggs and bacon or whatever the meal is?
Some people offer menus and how they do their, and,
Okay.
and pretty much you have to everyone has to eat whatever's on the menu that day.
Okay.
For us, I know when I go on, vacation or I go travel, I have something in my head that I want to have that day.
Right.
And so we try to do it more cook to order.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll understand what they're craving, and
Okay.
and that's what we'll make plans for the
Okay.
next morning. During that kind of reception, welcome and show them around, and,
Sure.
and we'll kind of
You're just
learn their needs.
observing and learning.
And then within the booking engine, there's also, things that they can put what their dislikes
Gotcha.
are and all that.
Okay.
So that's
So you really
Been busy.
customize it to the guests that are staying at that particular time, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, just-
I wasn't curious because I just, really my concept of bread and breakfast stuff you see on television, people come, on a weekend and stay the night and have a lovely breakfast. But it's like at someone's home. And so always, if I'm at someone's home, they don't hand me a menu with 30 different options. Like, we're having biscuits and gravy. Sweet, let's have biscuits and gravy. That's kind of how the mindset is there. So I was kind of curious if that's kind of what it is, or is it a little bit different?
And we don't, deal with a lot of volume
Yeah.
in that sense. Our max capacity is 4.
Yeah.
4 rooms, 8 guests.
Gotcha.
So it's not a ton that we have to do. I mean,
Gotcha.
it's busy work for sure. From the prep, and then we both have our skill set where Maria, has a lot of talent in plating food and making it look nice, and the decorating, and I like to do the cooking and
Okay.
the eggs and the French toast, and
Okay.
so we've been
Working like a team.
Gotcha.
yeah, it's
Everything
definitely
is better in couple.
Yeah,
and
it's teamwork
Well,
for
it's just
sure.
like, I think
put
every
love.
married couple, even with, at least in my household, certain things my wife cooks better than me and other things I cook better. So depending on what we're cooking at, and I was like, you're up, dude, or
Yeah.
you're up.
Well, yeah, it is kind of a division of tasks
Okay.
when you kind of know what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got this, you get that,
Okay.
and we'll make this happen. And we want to spend time with our guest, because that's, part of why we do this is, we feed off other people's energy, and we want to make sure that they know what to do in town, and whether it's helping them with itinerary planning.
Gotcha.
You
So,
know,
so just gee whiz curiosity for guests you've hosted so far. Are they all been local tester types, or are you getting
local.
Okay, I didn't know if you're getting some out of towners that are just learning about you and passing through yet? Or
The
any of that
booking
kind of
engine just came online
Okay.
in the last couple of days.
Gotcha.
So we
Okay.
haven't done out-of-towners yet.
Okay.
So everything we've done is all in-town folks from word of mouth.
I'd be very curious to talk to you guys in a year or two and see like what kind of feedback you're getting from folks outside of the area, not just about your business, but just about this area and what they're experiencing and doing. And, like when they come to Roswell, is it just for aliens and then they learn a bunch of other stuff or we're a stop for another location? I'm curious to see what people's intentions are when they're staying at your place. Just
And
curious.
usually at a bed and breakfast, it's a fairly well planned out event for them.
Yeah.
So they're building their itinerary as
Sure.
they're making that because they're making it a special event if they're going
kind of
through.
a regimented
Yeah, it's not
itinerary for
even
them,
though
yeah.
we're close off of 380 West Second. It's not somebody traveling to Texas and they're going to stop for the night and
It's not a
continue
Econo
on.
Lodge on the interstate.
No,
Yeah.
not exactly.
The only one over here, bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's the only bed and breakfast of its type. There's obviously some Airbnbs that do breakfast, but that's not the same.
It's a different
as-
animal. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's.
And you are very welcome for the grand opening.
Good deal.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's-
Another
Oh, yeah.
thing we're going to talk about is grand opening on the 14th.
14th.
So that's when we're doing
Excellent.
our ribbon cutting. It's
Yes.
Friday.
Excellent. That's next Friday.
Friday.
Next
Yeah,
Friday.
Week
next
from,
Friday.
from Friday here. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
So hopefully we've
312 North Lee.
Yeah, come on down and while you're there, get there early.
Everybody
Walk up and
very
down Lee
welcome.
Street. It's a beautiful historic district with
Oh,
the
yeah.
trees. I love the mature trees.
Oh,
I
it's
love,
beautiful.
It almost reminds me of like I don't know, like East Coast. Like Georgia, with the big trees and
Very
like
nice.
that. It kind of gives me a feel of that every time I go in that part of town.
And when we just hang out on our front porch, it's like being in a park. Because we have the law office to the north of us or to the south of us, and across the street is the school admin building. So there's like no neighbors around, and the house is set back far from the street, and it has that big fence around it, and we have squirrels all over the place with the pecans that we have up in the front.
Yeah.
So it's just like a park sitting out there.
And I know just
And the
because
fountain.
I've sat
The
on the
garden
porch.
is beautiful.
Yeah, I've sat on the porch up the street around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, like when especially this time of year where it's getting the sun. That's a great time of day just to be hanging out on porches on that street. It's just the trees and everything. Usually the temp's nice, and like you said, there's a little bit of activity for you to watch, but pretty quiet for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
It's just nice. It's just nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice little area. So good deal. So come out on the 14th. Next
14th.
Next
14th.
Friday.
You are very welcome.
And we
For
do
the
have
big
a
grand
booking
opening.
special on our booking engine. So if you go to our website, which is www.haciendaamor.de
Okay.
and day is DE.
All right.
And we thought it was important to have Roswell in our name. So that's why we went through the extra length
My
on our
Spanish
website.
isn't the best, but day is of in Roswell in English, right? So it's of
Right.
Roswell is what the
Yeah.
day part means.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was more than a casa, so that's why it's not Casa Amor, because it's certainly in line with the Hacienda.
So it's like and hacienda in English it's not mansion. What would that be?
Like an estate.
Estate.
State.
It's like the estate of Roswell is
Right.
kind of the rough
Right.
translation there.
Yeah.
So which means nice, love, and you're local. So it's all good stuff. So come experience it for
Yeah.
yourself. This is couples.
Couples for
Yeah.
sure.
Not all getaways have to be away.
Yeah.
If you've got kids and you've got a busy life and you're like, I can't afford to go to Santa Fe or Taos or someplace like that for the weekend, come on down
Come on
and
over
just
here,
do it right
celebrate
here
with
on Lee
us.
Street.
Yeah.
Come on over to Lee Street.
Birthday, anniversaries, everything. And we have 25% off right now.
Good deal.
Yeah, so on the booking engine there, we have, if you book now to the end of October and your stay is before the end of the year, it's 25% off.
Nice.
So
take
that's our
advantage.
grand opening special. And that just shows up automatically in the booking, so you don't have to use a promo code.
Good deal. Excellent. Well,
And there's something to be said about staycations for sure. As a mom of 4,
Yeah.
there is definitely something about being able to go somewhere not at the house
Absolutely.
and still enjoy my
Yeah.
husband.
If you can get the kids to a relative or have them spend the night at a friend's or something, you know. And then do something for the couple, you know.
Yeah.
do something
And,
for the couple.
and we have an event that's all a bunch of girlfriends coming to have a party.
Yeah,
There
you
you
want to
go.
do a girls' night or guys' night?
Yeah, we
Behave
have a
yourself,
pool
guys,
table.
but yeah.
we have a pool table for the guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe you got a club, maybe you got an organization or a nonprofit or something. You want to do a little fun night together, you know, off the beaten path of work. And,
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
put it
Yeah, we
together.
had the new governor for the Rotary District here in New Mexico in El Paso. We had his reception.
Oh, great.
On September 1st there. So
Nice.
it works great for a lot of things.
Excellent. So I imagine the possibilities are limited to your imagination.
Oh,
I
yes,
guess.
of course. And we are going to have one event for Dia de Muertos to celebrate.
Oh, okay.
That's
On November 2nd.
November 2nd.
November 2nd. Uh-huh.
And that'll be a ticketed event.
Okay.
And so that'll be in partnership with our friends Saul and Joanna.
Yeah. I
La Antigua.
I haven't heard if they're going to do it, but since we're just real quick, Dia de los Muertos, the Roswell Public Library usually around that time does an amazing Dia de los Muertos event where you get to learn the actual.
Maria was the one.
You're the one that reads the story, right?
Yeah, she did the
So if you
altar.
want, I just want to put on your radar. If you're like, what's all the
Right.
history and pageantry behind it?
Yeah, come
Go
to
to
the
that
library.
event because it explains. I mean, then they make the sugar skulls and all the fun stuff, but you hear the story and you hear the whole tradition of why it is what it is, and so that's
Yeah,
and then you can go
it's a-
celebrate after.
I was be there, last year to help with the cultural thing,
Okay.
about all the information.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maria did the presentation on the altar and what it means and
Okay.
what all the symbolism is
Cool.
for it. So yeah, she had a room riveted and educated that day. She does great.
Excellent. So again, give out the web address and everything
Sure.
one more time.
Hacienda Amor de Roswell.
Excellent. And then come and check it out.
On the
Start reading
14th.
and then do your research now. And then next Friday, come on out and see it for yourself. Come sample some things, and then
4 o'clock.
4
Yeah.
o'clock, and then start planning your next getaway there.
And we do tours all the time. So
Okay.
feel
Right.
free to send us an email. The email address is on the website, phone numbers on the website. Feel free to get in contact with us,
Excellent.
and we probably do a tour
Private tour.
every day.
Excellent.
Every day there's
So
at
if
least
you can't wait till
somebody.
next Friday to see it.
Yeah,
call
if you
up
can't
and
wait,
get a tour.
or you need specific questions, you need to spend time with us planning the
Sure.
event. Feel free to come anytime.
Excellent.
And remember, 312 North Lee Avenue.
Yes, right. 312 North Lee. Come on down. Can't miss it. Right there on Lee. It's very weird that it's like you see certain areas and then you hit that one street. It's like it's a different road. It's like different. Like it looks different than the rest of the streets. It's very weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's super nice. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good deal.
And
All
of
right.
course, we'll have a link
Yes.
to everything on the chamber website, roswellnm.org. We'll link all of their stuff, not only the Friday grand opening, but we'll put their Dia de los Muertos event and anything else that they've got going on as well.
Absolutely. And remind folks again of next Thursday's.
Next Thursday is the business after hours for Rosie Rubio
Yes.
from 5 to 6:30.
at the chamber.
At the Chamber, 131 West 2nd. And then the next day, for something else to do, is we're going to go over to the Hacienda de Amor de Roswell and go enjoy their grand opening ribbon cutting. We're very excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. Come see it for yourself next Friday. But if you can't wait, give them a call, book a tour and everything right
Yep.
now.
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
For sure.
good luck on your new venture here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate.
believe in Roswell. That's why we're investing.
Well,
and we believe in
Yeah.
the historic district and the downtown district. That this is the place to be.
It's a
Absolutely.
It is a beautiful treasure we have here in Roswell, New Mexico. That's
Yeah,
for
we want
sure.
to promote also local things to the people to produce over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it makes
All the
sense. 'cause
products.
I think-
Soaps and different
Bread,
products that
soaps.
breads have local artisan
and it makes
bakers
sense. 'Cause people that probably seek and want to go to bed and breakfast also, you know what I mean? Like it's part of those. People want to experience the local flavor. People that stay at bed and breakfast thing that they want to experience the local flair, the culture, the you know what the town does, and so it makes sense that you're like, hey, while you're here, go check out some of our. They make a delicious candy, or they make great soaps, or they do beautiful decor, whatever it is. You know, it's
and we can set up retail within our space as well. So we have a place identified within our reception area that we could do retail of local products.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not alien stuff. There's enough people that are.
I think that market's covered.
Yeah,
around
they got that. But the makers that we have in town. I mean, there's lots of people that make things.
The artisans. Craft.
Maria went to the big quilt show not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and she found some amazing things that we're using within the hacienda.
Right.
That were locally made.
Nice.
We're going to have many surprises over here because we want to do it events also over
Sure.
there, like a classic music with fancy dinner.
Sunday brunches.
Yeah.
Sunday brunches also.
There's not any Sunday brunches happening in town. You got to drive to Tinney to get a Sunday brunch, I think, anymore.
Yeah.
So having a nice, and we have 1,000 people downtown going to church on Sunday that dressed up know where to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And and there's enough churches near you that they could just walk over from the church to have brunch or whatever afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
inviting us today.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Andrea.
Appreciate as always. Appreciate your visit and
Absolutely.
And don't work too hard out the fair. I'm sure you're still hanging out at the fair most of the week.
I
week,
do.
so.
I hang out at the fair every evening and do my part and
She
check
loiters.
things out. I love Fair Week. I just absolutely love Fair Week because you get to see people that you don't see every single day
Sure.
in your regular lives because everybody goes to the fair, whether you're into 4-H, if you've done your photography, your baking. I mean, there's so many things, and I always forget what my friends do. And then I go through and I check out all of the winners and the ribbons and stuff. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, I didn't know. I forgot you painted, or I forgot that you're into quilting or whatever. And so it's really neat to go out there and see, the little secret hobbies that all of our friends have. And the
Hidden
talent.
talents,
We have
absolutely.
so many talented people in this area. So definitely get out to the fair.
Absolutely. Get out there. And if it does start raining, then go walk into the education building, spend a couple hours in there seeing all the artwork and everything, and then hit the commercial building and all that stuff too. And then get ice cream. Help out the ag kids and get an ice cream.
Yes. And the ice cream is delicious.
Yeah. Help out 4-H and let them have some ice cream. So thank you guys.
All
All right, thank you.
We'll see you again
Appreciate
soon.
it.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank
Anytime.
you.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
That's
Or
right.
next
Come
week.
to
Next
visit.
week. One,
Come to visit us,
weekend,
for sure.
weekend days.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, it is
there.
7:54. Let's take a
Thank you, Andrea.
quick news, quick break before more news. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update.